All right, let's talk about Hyperliquid. This is a project that absolutely stormed onto the DeFi scene with some seriously groundbreaking tech and a totally fresh approach. But now, well, now it's at a crossroads. This is the story of a DeFi darling facing what might just be its biggest challenge yet.
Hyperliquid's rise was nothing short of meteoric. But the world of DeFi doesn't really let you rest on your laurels. The competition is fierce, and it's starting to threaten its spot at the top, which leaves everyone asking one big question: what happens next? Let's get into it.
So to really understand where Hyperliquid is right now, we've got to go back to the beginning, back to what made it so special in the first place. See, it was built from the ground up to be a completely new kind of exchange. At its core, Hyperliquid is what's known as a decentralized perpetual exchange, or a DEX. Now, in simple terms, that just means it's a platform built on a blockchain. It lets you trade more complex stuff like derivatives, but, and this is the key part, without needing a big company or a bank sitting in the middle calling the shots. But here's the real magic trick. Hyperliquid somehow managed to give you the insane speed you'd expect from a traditional centralized exchange, but with all the security and transparency of the blockchain. How'd they do it? Well, they built their own custom superhighway, a bespoke Layer 1 blockchain that was designed for one thing and one thing only: raw, unfiltered speed and performance.
So, with this incredible engine sitting under the hood, Hyperliquid was basically a rocket waiting for liftoff. And that liftoff? It came in the form of its now legendary 2024 airdrop. The entire platform runs on its own token, which is called Hype. There's a total supply of 1 billion of these, and this token is basically the fuel for the whole ecosystem, handling everything from voting rights to paying for trades. And this is where the story gets really good. A massive 60%, a huge majority, of all Hype tokens were set aside for the community. This wasn't just some clever marketing ploy, it was baked into the project's DNA from day one. Honestly, this whole thing was a masterclass in how to build a community. Instead of handing over big chunks of tokens to venture capitalists, they gave them to the people who were actually using the platform. In a space where early investors usually get the best deal, Hyperliquid just flipped the whole script. And in doing so, they created this incredibly loyal, powerful user base right out of the gate. But you know how it goes. After that incredible high, fueled by its amazing tech and its dedicated community, the story started to change. The market itself began to shift right under their feet. But first, let's just take a moment to appreciate the sheer scale of their success. In 2024 alone, Hyperliquid processed a staggering $428 billion in trades from over 190,000 users. It was an absolute monster. But fast forward to today, and the picture looks very different. We're starting to see a lot of that trading volume move over to competitors like dYdX and GMAX. The DeFi space moves fast, and right now, Hyperliquid is definitely feeling the heat. This brings us right to the heart of the matter for Hyperliquid today. It's really a classic showdown between the bulls and the bears. Is this recent dip just a little speed bump on the road, or is it a sign of something much more serious? The argument for the bulls is still pretty strong. I mean, that custom Layer 1 superhighway is a massive technical advantage that's not going away. The community is as loyal as they come, and they have this aggressive buyback program that's constantly creating value for token holders. But the bear case is just as serious. The competition is absolutely brutal. You can't deny that trading volume has been moving elsewhere, and all of that raises some real questions about its long-term staying power. So it all really boils down to this. Hyperliquid has reached a genuine make-or-break moment. The moves it makes over the next few months could very well define its entire legacy. So what are the things we should all be keeping an eye on? Well, first, its ability to keep innovating and growing its ecosystem is absolutely crucial. Can it launch new features that get traders excited again? Can it navigate the really tricky world of regulation? And maybe most importantly, can it win back the users and the volume that it's lost? So that leaves us with the ultimate question. Hyperliquid built the revolutionary tech, and it won over the community in a huge way. But in the incredibly competitive, cutthroat arena of DeFi, is that going to be enough?